Justin Ian is here to finish off the final fight 2, which is not actually the final fight because there was a 3. Let's hide behind these landmines and watch the bandanas get blown up by them. Or not. Okay, so we're just taking Carlos to the last level. I might end up getting knocked out here. If I don't, then wow. But anyway, yeah, I may very well end up getting knocked out in this level, and I'm out of lives. So I will have to continue as, well, I really want to pick Maki, but I feel like I should show off Haggar because he's a really cool character, and maybe I can stomach playing as the big guy, just so I could show him off for a little while. Whoa, DJ walked right into my arms. Come on. So let's try to get all these guys in one group. Oh dear. That's the thing about the DJs, is they really want to get behind you. They want to walk around you and make it so that you have enemies on all sides. So, you just gotta not let them do that. Sometimes it's easier said than... Oh, goodness, the Flying Manzoni brothers. You gotta be joking. Okay, alright. We got away from that one. Oh, that didn't work. Oh no, it's Wreck-It Ralph. Hey, why don't you come here, Wreck-It Ralph? Come on, try to do that... that chest move. So, this is an exciting battle. I wonder where we will be going next after this little beat-em-up segment. Perhaps through that door back there. If we don't, then I'm gonna speculate at what's behind that door. Oh, great, I walked right into that trying to grab him. Okay, so now... Carlos, where are you... Yes, everything's gone that way, and you could have walked through the door anyway, even if people were chasing you. More electric men, more DJs. This is a beautiful stage, by the way. I quite like the design of it. It's like we're in some beautiful, magical Japanese garden. So tranquil. Walking through this garden, getting assaulted by electric men and DJs. Okay. Yeah. Didn't get grabbed. What is there left to say about this game? I mean, Carlos is cool, we got all this... Well, I could explain why I don't like Street Fighter Alpha 3, but... I don't really have much of a reason to. I played it, I didn't like it, there you go. I'm not saying the game is bad, I'm just saying that's my opinion. I didn't enjoy the game. One thing that kind of played into it, though, was that the copy of the game that I got, it was kind of scratched a little bit, so I keep forgetting, these guys aren't bosses. I can just walk right up to them and start trying to beat them up. Anyway, the copy of the game I got was a little scratched, so the music would often start skipping, and it was annoying to listen to, so I often had to play the game on mute. Anyway, I know that's not a good reason to hate on the game, but there were other reasons too. I just... You know, you hear about Street Fighter all the time, you hear about the characters all the time, so I didn't feel like what I was doing was anything new. It's not like Guilty Gear where, hey, where'd all these guys come from? Of course I would be knocked out by a Flying Manzoni brother. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, let's pick Haggar just to show him off for a bit. Oh great. Man. Man, okay, Haggar's pretty awesome, let me tell ya. He doesn't have a long combo, but he's got pretty good reach. He can walk around with enemies in hand. Come here, you. Oh man. And you can just choke him out. Oh man. Maybe I want to play as Haggar. But I really don't enjoy these big, slow characters. Anyway, yeah, I just overall don't like the Street Fighter series, with the exception of Third Strike, because for the most part, the Street Fighter games, you know, they're just so... You hear about them all the time, and it doesn't feel like I'm exploring any new territory when I'm playing the games. It's like, oh yeah, here's Ryu and Ken and Guile and all this lot. Boom! Boom! Oh, great. Well, Haggar sure got knocked out quickly. can even walk around with Wreck-It Ralph. So anyway, yeah, that's basically my reason for preferring characters like, preferring games like Guilty Gear over games like Street Fighter. Also, let's take a look at this. Oh, great. Haggar doesn't have a jump in and combo move. I mean, at least there's that, which looks pretty awesome, but Haggar does not have a jump in and combo move. If you push down and attack while you are in the air as Haggar, he knocks his opponents down, which I don't want. I want to stun them so that I can get some hits in on them. I don't want to have to walk up to my opponents and try hitting them, although Haggar does have really good reach. I don't think his reach is necessarily better than Carlos's reach, but it's almost as good, and I'm very glad that I picked Haggar now, because that means I have some things to talk about. Wow, look at that mustache go. So yes, this move right here is Haggar's down and attack while in the air, and this one, which I missed with because of the whole up-down thing, that one is his regular attack in midair. Why would you use this attack? I don't know. It doesn't, well, I mean, it knocks the opponent down. It doesn't hit them without knocking them down. It has to knock them down. And that's the whole reason why I use the down and attack in midair instead of regular attack in midair, is so that I can jump in and combo. But I guess we'll just have to make do with being able to walk while carrying enemies. I mean, that is pretty awesome, but if I'm thinking about it, what use does it have? I mean, why do I want to walk around with an enemy in hand when that just leaves me open to other enemy attacks? I mean, if I'm gonna be grabbing an enemy and, you know, hitting them or using them on my other enemies, I'm gonna be doing it as soon as I pick them up. I mean, I usually throw the enemy as soon as I pick them up. So maybe that's just a playstyle thing, and I hope you guys saw that, because that is why I hate. Okay, that's just one thing that I hate about old school beat 'em ups, is you're just a tiny little fraction of a millimeter up or down in relation to your opponent, and you start missing them. And then they start bobbing and weaving in and out of that area where you can hit them. And I'm really starting to not like Haggar because, oh my gosh, because of that he doesn't have a jump in and combo move like Maki and Carlos have. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be stuck using Haggar for the rest of the game, because the game really isn't too hard, and you know, all the characters are fairly efficient. It's just that Haggar, I don't really have a lot of fun using. Well, okay, I do have fun using him. He's just got a few inconveniences that I don't like. Also, I noticed, I probably said this before, but I noticed that I mentioned that Carlos has not quite as good reach as Haggar. Actually, I think Haggar has just slightly not as good reach as Carlos. Oh man. Boom. Boom! Okay, if I were to tell you that I didn't have fun playing as Haggar, you probably would not believe me from this footage of me going, yeah, you take it, Anyway, so one thing that I love about this stage that the others didn't really have a lot of is that you can go, there's some up and down movement. I haven't really seen a lot of this, or perhaps any of this. I don't know, the whole game is just a blur by this point, but the last time I remember there being any up or down movement in the stages, as in the go arrow pointing up or down, last time I remember that was in the first stage. This stage has you walking all over the place, which I think is a nice little dynamic. Maybe it's not much, but it adds a little variety. And beat 'em up games, they need variety, especially the old school ones. You know, I don't want to be hating on the old school beat 'em ups, but sometimes I just can't help it. So we got these pretty trees in the background. What is that, a bonsai tree? I think that's what that is. I'm not too good at identifying different types of plants. I'm not really a plant expert, and oh boy, I have an extra life. Oh, great. I get to play as Haggar a little longer. In all honesty though, he is very fun to use. I'd say that Maki is actually the last character you should try using if you're new to this game. Oh, I get my own little Street Fighter! Oh, that's an extra life, or a guy, as this game calls it. Yeah, I think the old school games, the retro games, you know, the old ones, I think they referred to extra lives as being extra guys, or free men. So, that might be why they called that, Guy. Either that, or I think there was a character named Guy in the first Final Fight, so it's just a throwback to that. Or maybe it's both, you know, maybe they're doing something clever here. So we're going through this hallway of Final Fightiness. This is the final stage in the game, let me say. We're facing the final boss here in Final Fight 2. And this, I guess this will be the final fight, you know, until Final Fight 3. That's something I find ironic about games that have Final in the title, like Final Fight and Final Fantasy. Is there a game that has the word Final in the title like that, but it doesn't have any sequels? Because as far as I can tell, any game that has the word Final in the title, it always has sequels, which is quite ironic. Maybe they're intending it to be ironic. Oh great, Haggar got grabbed from punching distance. Oh great. Flippin' flappers, man. Flippin' flappers. Froggin' fraggers. I'm just gonna do all sorts of things pretending to get mad every time I get grabbed. Every time I get grabbed. Look. And there's really no point to this move by Haggar. Maybe it does more damage, I don't know. I'm too busy watching the action. Nice uppercut there. That didn't look like an uppercut, that looked like he was cheering for the home team. I mean, look at that. I can just picture a bunch of those guys in an audience doing that uppercut while there's a football game going on, or like a boxing match, or just any kind of sporting event. I don't like mentioning football that much because I don't really like football. I'm more of a boxing or a tennis fan, and I know the two are very different. Oh, I also like volleyball. Not for the reasons you guys are thinking of. Yeah, really not for the reasons you guys are thinking of. I've actually played some volleyball before. I enjoy it, it's fun. It's one of the few sports I actually enjoy playing. Tennis, not a big fan of tennis, really. I mean, playing it. Watching it's fun, but playing it, the last time I tried playing tennis, it was exhausting. Like, I know sports are usually supposed to tire you out, but tennis was extra exhausting and... Guilty gear! I'm just saying random things when this guy grabs me. Take it! You're in the corner now. Oh great, these guys are here. Oh great, that's happening. As far as boxing goes, no, I have not participated in any match. Wait, that sounds condescending, or it sounds like, who does boxing anyway? No, in all honesty, if you do boxing, if you've actually been in the ring before, I salute you, because it takes a very brave person to get into the ring. But I've studied a little boxing. I like boxing. It's very efficient, you know. You don't have to throw yourself off balance by throwing any kicks, but you do use your legs to power your punches. So it's like kind of focused on punching. But yeah, I haven't gotten into the ring before. I'm honestly too, you know, I'm too afraid to do that. I don't want to put myself in the position of getting hurt intentionally. But yeah, I have gone a few rounds with the punching bag, so I kind of know my way around boxing a little bit. Now, of course, I don't think I could beat Mike Tyson because I don't believe in biting your opponent's ears. Thank you very much. But let's get back into this game right here. That guy just threw 2 soda machine kicks in a row. So I guess you could call that a combo. Anyone else? Oh, great, destruction, man. I don't remember if it was me or Graham calling them Destruction Men. Ah, come here. Well, I guess these DJs are going to be piloting a Disco Inferno. Got some incense. I mean, what sense does that... what sense does that make, incense? I mean, incense is good in real life, but what I'm talking about is you're in the middle of fighting a bunch of electric men and big guys wearing overalls and circus performers, and you break open this barrel, hoping to find some some Simon Belmont food, and you find some incense, and you pick it up, and it doesn't heal you or anything, it just gets you points. You know, it's like, what is this? Zen points? Meditation points? Not being able to jump in and combo points? I mean, what is this? Is there a deleted scene where Haggar just sits down, crisscross applesauce, and just breathes in the incense, and he's like, oh man, this is getting me lots of points. Well, somehow I ignored getting punched by that guy. I feel accomplished. Is that Mount Fuji in the background? I hope it is. Mount Fuji's a beautiful sight. That's one thing I'd like to see if I were to go to Japan, is Mount Fuji. Yeah, I'm more interested in Japan for the culture than for the anime. Although, let's face it, if I see anything Guilty Gear related while I'm there, I'm probably going to buy it. Like, merchandise. I don't mean video. Well, okay, maybe I'll buy some Japan-only Guilty Gear games. But that's the thing, I don't see any Guilty Gear merchandise anywhere. There's no... Well, I mean, there's maybe a few t-shirts online for the brand new XR, but as far as X2 or, you know, Accent Core, the old series, that sort of stuff, and as far as shirts that have the characters on it from those older games in the series, Axel Low. Yeah, Haggar, you scowl at that water. Anyway, we're going back to Maki. Maki looks so happy in her picture. She's like,
oh, I'm so happy to be beating up all these men.
excuse me a moment. I gotta adjust my my headset. Let's see. Salmon's ready. Oh, great. Well, looks like that salmon's gonna have to wait because I'm gonna be beating Final Fight 2.